So I gotta make this video quicker than I usually do because I gotta get going in a few minutes, but I just thought I'd make a video on this because you know what, why not? This video is gonna be more of a topic video of ONISION rather than an actual response. Something I've noticed about ONISION is that when arguing with someone or talking to someone, and when someone brings up the point of, for example, that, hey Greg, you're a pedophile for commenting on the pictures of underage girls in those videos you made, he will often say, no, I'm not a pedophile, you frickin' retard. And why don't you look up the definition of pedophile in the dictionary? Or something along that line. He will always argue, you don't know the definition of that word, or that's not actually what that word means. And he'll use this as an argument. Now, look, I've been in various types of debate clubs in my time. I've done plenty of arguing before with, immature people, mature people. Anyone who's been in a YouTube comment section at some point has probably gotten in some sort of hate argument or got in some sort of debate with someone over the internet. It happens to everyone. But there's one kind of thing about arguing is that there's a few immature and childish things you can do. One of those things is playing the semantics game, which is what ONISION is doing. He's playing the semantics game because he's using the actual dictionary definition of word and the proper use of the word as a way to kind of be like, hey, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. They're not even using the dictionary definition of this word. They're improperly using that word. They don't know what they're talking about. It's like the equivalent of commenting, like if someone comments your, like Y-O-U-R, and then you comment below like star Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. It's like that. It's like you're not actually proving anything with that. You're just correcting something and being like, well, you don't know what you're talking about, so you didn't use that thing wrong. That's wrong. When people are saying, oh, Greg, you're like a pedophile for saying all that stuff, I don't think they actually mean that Greg has some sort of mental condition where is attracted to young girls who are underage and he just wants to have sex with all of them. Although it wouldn't surprise me if that were true. They're using that word as a way to get across a certain point. They get across an idea that they have, and by using that word, it's a good way to kind of kickstart the idea in Greg's head and other people's head of what they mean. They're just trying to point out this is creepy, and they're using pedophile as kind of the substitute of that word. Sure, it's not the proper use of the word, but that's what they're trying to get across. That's what they're saying. That they don't mean it in the dictionary definition of that word. They're using it improperly, yes, but they're using it to get across a point of theirs. So, yes, they're improperly using the word, but here's the thing about language, it's very malleable. Words aren't always supposed to be used in the proper sense. I mean, they should be as much as they can, but with how language is and how language works, that's just not true. And you might say, well, if no one uses words properly, how will we know what people are saying? Because we know what they mean. We know what people mean when they call Greg a pedophile. We don't actually think he's attracted to, like, 11-year-old girls, though, like I said, wouldn't surprise me. And then he'll call that person a retard or an idiot or something like that. And further, in using his own argument against him, most of the people he's thrown the word retard at aren't retarded. One, people shouldn't really use that word because there's a history of bigotry and hatred attached to it, and two, to be retarded, and at least when it was that was the medical PC term, medically retarded I think meant like below 90 IQ and or wasn't like fully mentally functioning, right? So most of these people who's throwing these insults at either have an IQ of 90 or above, or presumably do, or are presumably mentally functioning and can operate by themselves in society without a danger to them or others. I'm pretty sure we can establish that. And so he's using that word improperly, but he's using it to get across a point. He's doing what the other person just did, just with a different word. And I'm not saying, well, Greg shouldn't have said that. I mean, don't say retard. But he's getting across a point. If he wants to use that word to get it across, fine. He can say whatever he wants. I guess using that word anymore doesn't really mean anything because it's not really attached to an actual group of people anymore. It's just become society's word for moron. So yeah, he's using the word improperly, and he's trying to use this like, oh, this person used the word wrong, but I just used another word wrong, but I'm right somehow. That's not how it works, buddy. That's no. You can't play the semantics game and then have your own logic fail you. No, I'm not taking that seriously. But yeah, that was just a quick video on something I've noticed about Greg. So tell me what you think, guys, in the comments about whatever. I don't really care what you say. Tell me what your favorite movie is. Tell me about that. That'll be interesting. Let's talk about movies. I like movies. I like talking about movies more than ONISION, but you know what? This is what this channel has become. So yeah. Anyways, I gotta get going, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.